We're working on the engine for the first gen. As you can see, I got the first gen up on the hoist. So we're getting closer and closer to getting it done now that I got some stuff out of the way. So got the short block here. You guys seen earlier in the video of me getting to this point. Today we are going to put the oil pan on, or right now I'm going to put the oil pan on. And then I'm also going to put in my oil drains. Probably do the oil cooler and that stuff today. And then I'm not sure exactly. Maybe the injection pump. I got to pull a bunch of parts down. I got all the parts. Well, some of the parts are in that mess. Some of the parts are in that mess. Some of the parts are in that mess right here. And then some of them are in the back of the truck, which you can't see because the back of the truck's up there. But I have to sort through the mess to get all the parts that I need. So we are going to start with the oil pan and the stuff I can do right now. And then maybe I'll show you a time lapse of me cursing and swearing looking for parts. So, all right. Engine for the first gen. Luke is outside just cleaning up bell engine adapter. Just clean a little bit of stuff off so we can paint it. You guys would have seen earlier in the video, we got this basically ready. There's a couple things I want to just double check my piston protrusion. I'm pretty sure I measured it, but of course I didn't write it down. Pretty sure it was 16, but we're going to check that out. Get the deck surface all wiped down, get the oil off of it. And I didn't film any of it because I'm a slacker. I got the cylinder head basically all ready, but I wanted to show you before I put the valve springs and stuff in. So that's what the valve job ended up with. I de-shrouded. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see that. De-shrouded, 45 degrees intake and exhaust, and then I also cut the valves a little bit. You can see where I lapped it there. I back cut the valves just so there's no ridge. Just, you know, normal stuff that you would do. I O-ring the head, and this is a VP44 head, and then I also drilled the holes in here. I'm going to be doing another one of these for a customer, so I'm probably going to do some videos, separate videos on doing that, just for you guys that are interested. I know some of you guys wanted an in-depth video. In-depth videos, just what I got going on right now, I just didn't have time to do. The videos add so much time to it, and I need to get this thing done. I have a reason. We'll get into it another day. But I got to get this thing running. I need it running ASAP, so I'm just working on it, getting it done. So we got that. I'm gonna put these valves back in. I'll probably we'll do some time lapse today. I'm hoping, or I shouldn't say hoping, today we're gonna get the long block put back in the truck, and then we're gonna hook the transmission up. We're not gonna get it completely finished, obviously, but I wanna get it bolted back in the truck again, and so that I can start working on it. Luke's helping me do it today, and so I got our head together, and we got the studs all in here. I'm just doing a couple little things. I'm putting the bracket in to hold the injection pump and the return line for the fuel. But what I wanted to show, I had a couple of people ask about this, and all I did was, this is one of the original brackets that hold the P-pump on, one of the styles. All I did was take a piece of flat bar and a piece of flat plate. Actually, I think I had these cut out from before. They're just fuel block off plates, and I just welded that to that and drilled a hole in it where I needed it to go and to get it to line up, and it basically just bolts in. Well, I'll bolt it in there and I'll show you. But all I do, I had another one in there for a spacer. Not really sure why I made the spacer, but I don't know, that was what I did anyways. So I'm going to put this back in to hold it, and I'll put that return line on just so, because we're going to bolt the head on. We're getting ready to put her in right now. So we are going to do that right now. All right, guys, so working on the truck some more. You guys would have seen the video of us getting the engine in the truck. Probably can't see for the bad light, but I got the new dipstick. This is just a little short piece and the plug to go in there so you can't get junk in there. I did have to, I didn't film it, but I did have to grind the pan a little bit to get this. This actually is not for this transmission. It's for a 4L80, but it'll work just fine for what I want to do. I just have to set the heights and stuff. I will talk about that and give you the part number later because I haven't put the valve body in this yet. But right now, I want to put this in today. I'm not going to get it fully put in, but I would like to get it up inside the truck, get the cross member back in. Let's get some light on the subject here so you guys can probably see something. Get the cross member back in and maybe put the drive shaft in because I don't know if I have to lengthen the drive shaft or shorten it or whatever. So I want to do that. I don't know what else we're going to do. I'm not only here for a few hours. It's a Sunday. I don't usually come in on Sunday. But something I did want to talk about quick before I put you guys into time lapse. For you guys that are winging these transmissions really high RPM, you can get a cavitation leak from the converter spinning around inside the bell housing. So what I was recommended by Carl, who's one of my buddies, him and his dad own a tranny shop here in town. He's the one that built this transmission originally for me, to put a little tin cover. And I know that the 727s had that cover. I never knew reason why, but anyways, they had a little tin cover. So if you had one off a 727, you could just put it in. I'm just going to make one. We owe the old CAD design, cardboard assisted design, and I'm just going to cut it out of this little piece of tin. It actually was a tin sign or whatever, but it's whatever. I don't care about it. And I need a little piece of tin. So we're going to use it for that. And we're going to do that. Get the converter in it, get it on the tranny jack, and get it stuffed up in there. And yeah, I'll throw you guys in a time lapse so you can see what I got going on. And we're going to fix some of the wiring and stuff. I think while we're down here, I always seem to be in a hurry whenever I'm doing my own. So I don't ever seem to get it cleaned up real nice. And that is part of the reason that I want to start cleaning up stuff and make it really nice. So let's get the transmission in there, and we'll see how much time I got left after that. I got to be out of here about 4 o'clock, and it is 2:30 now. So let's get. All right, we got the transmission on the engine, or the tranny jack. That was a little bit of a schmozzle. I don't know if you guys will be able to see in the background, but we got her done. So torque converter in, I got that plate done. Something that I had not done to this, which I had to change, was if you look right here, you can actually see where the transmission was touching the firewall of the truck. And the reason for that is being that this is out of a second gen, and the second gen and third gen 5.9 trucks, the thickness of this bell housing is thicker than a first gen. The first gen is like just like a little plate like that big kind of idea. I'll maybe put a picture in. And it was this edge right here that was touching it. So I just took the air hammer and beat the edge down. It's not going to hurt anything. I didn't really disturb anything. I'm just going to shoot a little bit of black paint on it just so it doesn't rust. I might give a squirt of black paint on these too. I am not really going to per se polish this up really good this year. I'm not going to repaint everything. I'm probably going to squirt some black paint on the head. I should have done that before I put it on, but anyways, I won't get into that. Because I'm hoping this winter, that we can just take this truck apart, go through everything, paint, powder coat a bunch of stuff, and then put it back together. Not do any changes. Well, we might do a couple of changes, but for the most part, not really do any changes. Just take it all apart, put it back together. Just so I can clean up everything nice. If I want to change any piping, or if there's rubbing or any of that type of stuff, we can go ahead and go through and do that, is what I'm hoping anyway. So I just thought I would mention that because some of you guys are probably going to ask, well, why didn't you paint this and why didn't you paint that? That is the reason I didn't paint it, because I didn't want to have to take the paint off to put it back on again. So that's the reason. But I wanted to beat that down, and I'm gonna put a little bit of, I might even just prime that because then I can paint it later. So, but I don't want it to rust. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna get the transmission bolted in there, get the cross member and all that jazz. The cross member, as of right now, which there again will like to change, probably change it this winter, is actually a piece of channel. Works just fine, nothing wrong with it. Just I would like to make something nicer. So we will make something nicer there again this winter. Hopefully, anyway. We'll see what goes on, because I got so much stuff going on in life that 2023 can be done. I'll put it that way. So the dyno is coming for you guys that are still, you know, if you guys are interested in that. I did order a Dynacom dyno, which I think I've talked about. I should actually maybe do a separate video. But anyways, that's supposed to be coming in September or October. So that is still coming. The dyno is going to be back here. If we're still in this shop, we'll be back here. So yeah, things are going to get tight. We're going to have to reorganize some stuff. And I'll go into that in a different video of what kind of, I'm thinking maybe what is going to happen. I've had a lot of changes just even in the last week. I've had a lot of changes going on. So hopefully all this comes together how I'm hoping, but nothing else. Let's get this transmission in there so that I can be done with the day and I can go have supper. So. All right, gents. All right, so we got transmission sitting in there. I just realized I didn't put those nuts on. I'll probably do that before I leave. We got the transmission sitting in there. I got the bell housing done up. Definitely way more clearance with the floor tucked up there a bit. I didn't put the converter bolts in, but my converter moves, so that is good. Yeah, so I got the drive shaft in there just for a quick check to see whether it's going to work, and it's too short. So we're going to have to drive shaft lengthen. I think I might have a drive shaft that we can just shorten instead of having this one lengthened, so we might do that. We shall see. But that is going to be too short. That should probably be, I would like that to be riding about right there as far as here, like kind of in here somewhere. Anyways, so I'm gonna have to take drive shaft to the drive shaft shop, get that fixed up, and no major problems. I did slice my finger open, but that was, you know, that's to be expected when you're working on trucks. So that's what we got done today. I guess follow me. I guess it'll probably be, there'll be more in this video, I guess. Just one of those things. The end, I've had enough for the day. So I am gonna go home and have supper. So we'll catch you later.